I'm the Apollo. Catch up the phone, now I pull up in the Tahoe. Thought it's boring, I ain't calling unless she swallow. She don't listen, I ain't tripping, she don't follow. Got another wetty swerving on the potholes. Got another thought, he thinks she hit the lotto. She pop a perky, then she chase it with Moscato. This bitch is bad, she fucking all the drug dealers. I took his bitch and then I took his plug, nigga. Have her back, I'm getting to the bag, nigga. Bust in your house, I'm running through your stash, nigga. On the grand flash, I know that cash, nigga. Part in my back, I'm counting all these stacks, nigga. Gucci duffel Louis on my ass, nigga. Hennessy and TNT, we blast, nigga. Ferragamo on my dress, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. On Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the hoe just wobble wobble. Just started fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, he ain't spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. This whole insect, she fucking on the damn crew. Coming out of sock, she lost her damn shoe. Her friend is popping, she ain't got no damn clue.
I'm in the building, y'all. I'm in the building.
She wanna ride with me cause we look like some
I'm looking like a movie star tonight.
in a speeding car. Coming through the door with no pen.
We're gonna have a real talk about Jimmy Jones.
She took his bar. Talking about a Mazda years of film.
I'm in the building.
I hit her with a curve, then the coup de grace. Zillow games, I'm shaking up the dice, baby. She wanna stay with me so we can make the night, baby. She wanna be with me so I can lay the pipe, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. Ferragamo on my dress, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. On Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the hoe just wobble wobble. Just started fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, he ain't spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. In a row, foreign guys with my name on their toes. These studies acknowledge me, honestly, put the seat back in the odyssey. Prodigy, little mama wanna suck and just swallow me. Why?
What's good, y'all? I'm in the building tonight. Having a little mental fog there. Welcome to the show tonight, the check-in report. Today's topic: Jim Jones. Will Jim Jones lead his friend Mel Matrix, who just was released from prison this week? And salute to Mel Matrix. You know, the man paid his debt to society. The man, as you say, the man didn't fold. The man didn't tell on nobody. He took his time like a man and said, you know what? I effed up. I should have never been dealing with this goofy. Y'all caught me. Y'all got me. He demanded his time. Didn't tell nobody. I could respect that. I could respect that. You know, so salute to Mel Matrix. The man did his time, did his debt to society. But today's question here, and today's and we're gonna do a little bit of a research show today. And salute to Mel Matrix again. Salute to Mel Matrix. The man done his time. He done his debt to society. Nothing but respect for him. But will Jim Jones, the oldest YN, will he lead Mel Matrix to the bag, or will he lead him back into prison? And listen, before we get into all of this, before we get into what we have to say here and get into real talk here, we're gonna get into Jim Jones, right? You know, Jim Jones is an old YN. He's talked about how he doesn't regret promoting gang culture. He talks about how he doesn't regret. He compared being in a gang to being in a fraternity. Make no mistake that this is an old YN. Jim Jones is an old YN. He refuses to, mature. He refuses to elevate in his mindset. He's having he's trying to create hysteria online by calling himself better than Nas. Jim Jones, you are not better than Nas. You are not in the same breath, not in the same realm, not in the same dimension as Nasir Jones. Please quiet that down. But you know, he's an old YN. He refuses to elevate. You see his peers, and who are Jim Jones's peers? His peers is people like Cameron, people like Mace, people like Jay-Z, people like Nas, people like 50 Cent. All of these individuals have elevated. They're no longer trying to recreate the things of their past. They're no longer trying to still emulate what they were when they were in their 20s or in their mid 20s or even in their early 30s. A lot of these individuals that I've named, the 50 Cents, the Camerons, the Jay-Z's, the Nas's, they have elevated. They're no longer, where rap is their only hustle. Of course, they love the game. Of course, they love hip hop. But hip hop is no longer their only hustle. These are men who have become, entrepreneurs. These are men who have become successful businessmen. These are men that are onto different business ventures. But here you have Jim Jones, who is still trying to throw up the gang signs, still being the super gangster, still emulating that. If that's what he chooses to do, that's what he chooses to do. But I'm worried here, because I don't want to see an individual like Mel Matrix, a man who is, I'm sure at this point, is well into his 40s, almost 50, probably 50 already. But a man who is at his advanced age, he should not be Jim Jones' stunt double anymore. He should not be Jim Jones' crash dummy at his advanced age. Salute to FBA Hustle. I see FBA Hustle's in the building. He says, "Sup, bro? What's going on, bro? I'm here we're doing a live tonight. I finally had some time to do a live. I've been very distracted, but I'm here today. I'm here today. We're talking about Mel Matrix here. Mel Matrix, he was released from prison this week. Let's get into that. Let's get into Mel Matrix being released. And salute to Mel Matrix. Like I said, the man did his time. He ain't tell on nobody. He didn't feel like he had to rat on nobody. The man did his time. He did his debt to society, and he's out. And this is what Jim Jones had to say. Jim Jones had to say, he said, "We way different than y'all. We don't bend, we don't fold. And if we fall, we come back stronger." Welcome back, Mel Matrix. You deserve everything in the world has to offer. Let's go get everything they owe you. We ain't saying free you no more. That gotta see you. Now spaghetti mobbing. So that's what Jim Jones had to. Let's play the clip of Mel Matrix getting out of jail. No? And good for him. I don't want to hear Jim Jones's music. But you see, Jim Jones and Mel Matrix having a warm embrace, and I'm sure Jim Jones is happy to see him. I'm sure Jim Jones he's happy. He's excited. But let's not forget how Mel Matrix got into that predicament, how he got into this predicament in terms of being in jail. It was the whole 6ix9ine Treyway thing. Let's get into 6ix9ine. This, Daniel Hernandez. Let's talk about Daniel Hernandez for a second. Daniel Hernandez, right? A lot of people like to put, Daniel Hernandez as the one who, he's the reason why, the Treyways went down. He's the reason. He's the snitch. He's the rat. He's this. He's that. They really tried to make 6ix9ine the fall guy. But in reality, in all actuality, the person who they really should be blaming is a person by the name of CEO Chris. CEO Chris. Let's put him on the Summer Jam screen, if we may. Treyway. CEO Chris. This is the informant that started the whole Treyway And see, they even got his testimony. We may have to play some of his testimonials. We may have to play some of his testimonials. We may have to get into that. Yeah, because he's the one who set up Mel Matrix. He's the one who set up Mel Matrix. He's the one who set up all the Treyway members, and he was an individual that was a part of Treyway well before 6ix9ine became a member. Because what people want you to believe when it comes in relation to Daniel Hernandez, they want you to believe that, oh, it was 6ix9ine's fault. It's all 6ix9ine's fault. He was the one online turning up. He was the one online, rapping and beefing with rappers and doing all of this and doing all of that. But in all actuality, Treyway was in investigation well before 6ix9ine became a part of the group. FBA says, why didn't Jim Jones meet Mel at the facility when he was getting out? He met him up on 34th Street. That's a good question. That's a good question, FBA. That's a good question. He wanted to meet him down the street. Is Jim Jones working? Is he working? Is he working with them boys? I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to be in too close proximity to, I don't know. I'm not going to say he's working. I'm asking, is he working? Is he working? I don't know. But they want you to believe, back into my point, they want you to believe that 6ix9ine was the fall guy. They want you to believe 6ix9ine was the person who is the reason why they were being investigated. But the reason why they were being investigated was for CEO Chris. Jim Jones, Mel Matrix, Nuke, Harv, all of these individuals that are in that RICO investigation. And I have the RICO here. We're gonna get into the RICO. We're gonna get into people's charges and all. I have the RICO right here. But all those individuals, they brought this individual around 6ix9ine. So remember that. Anytime you hear 6ix9ine is a rat, 6ix9ine is this, 6ix9ine is that, remember that they brought the rat around 6ix9ine. The feds got 6ix9ine in an interrogation room, and they told 6ix9ine, we have reports and we have an investigation on you and Treyway, and they told him everything. They told him everything that they knew, and he was surprised. And when they told him, when the feds told him all of the information that they had on the Treyway, he felt compelled to, cooperate. So I just want to lay that out here. I want to lay that out because a lot of people like to say it's all 6ix9ine's fault. No, the reason why they were, pounced upon, the reason why they were investigated was because of CEO Chris. Now let me see if I can find CEO Chris testifying, because this is a research show.
Now, in addition,
this is a research show. Give me 1 second, because I see they have CEO Chris testifying on Nuke. CEO Chris testifies on Matrix, Mel Matrix. Let me see if they have that. Hey, here we go. CEO Chris testifies who made him blood in beef between Mel Matrix. Look, they got videos on this man. They got video after video after video on this man where he's testifying against Mel Matrix. Now, remember, like I said, that's why we got to go back into this. This is why this is important, because people want to make it seem that it's just 6ix9ine. It wasn't just 6ix9ine. People made 6ix9ine the fall guy because he was the biggest guy in that case. It was really CEO Chris. CEO Chris was the one. He was the one who jump-started this investigation. Salute to Vint. I see Vint is in the building. What's up, Vint? So let's get into a video of CEO Chris testifying against Mel Matrix. Let's play CEO Chris testifies against setting Mel Matrix up to sell undercover agents drugs, becoming blood. Let's play this video real quick. Let's play this video because I want to show you guys the nonsense that Jim Jones had Mel Matrix involved in, and why Mel Matrix is in jail, right?
into a bestseller.
And Jim Jones, it was your responsibility as the top guy to make sure your gang members or your individuals or your brothers or your friends were not in this predicament. You had these brothers out here selling weight, Jim Jones. Jim Jones, put down the glitter belts. Put down the rock star chains. You know, Jim Jones, he stayed with a glitter belt. Let's put that on the screen before we get into Jim Jones. Hold on, Jim Jones. Glitter belt. Oh, let's put them BB Simon glitter belts up on the Summer Jam screen for 1 second. You know, Jim Jones, he stayed with a glittery belt. He stayed with a glitter belt. You know, they was rocking the glitter belts back then. You know, Jim Jones. You know, instead of buying glitter belt after glitter belt after glitter belt, right? Instead of buying glitter belt after glitter belt, why wasn't you making sure Mel Matrix didn't have to go out and sell drugs? Jim Jones, this is your friend. This is your mans. This is the person, you know, this is your brother here. I don't see Cameron having his brothers and having his friends out there selling weight to support his glitter belt habit. You had your brothers out there. Selling weight to support your glitter belt habit and your rock star chain habit. Salute to Lambito. He says maybe he'll bring back the old Bird Gang. No, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see the old Bird Gang. Let's be clear. The only people we cared about in Bird Gang was who? Max B and Stack Bundles. We only cared about Max B and Stack Bundles. We don't care about the rest of these guys in terms of rapping, respectfully. We don't care about the rest of them guys. It was only Max B and Stack Bundles. That's all we cared about, right? So, but I just want to show y'all, because, you know, Jim Jones, he stayed with a glittery belt, you know? But you had your brothers out there selling weight to support your glitter belt habits. I don't see Cameron. Cameron put his friends in position. He got his friends working on his shows. He got his friends working on his what's the pink horsepower? The pink horsepower. He got his friends in his business. He's setting up his friends to be in entrepreneurs, setting up his friends to be in business. You setting up your friends to sell weight. And remember, CEO Chris is an informant that Jim Jones and Mel Matrix, they brought this guy around 6ix9ine. So let's play his testimonial. Play this. This is CEO Chris testifying. Let's get into this. CEO Chris testifies, setting Mel Matrix up to sell undercover agents. Let's get into it. Salute to Crown TV. Salute to Crown TV. Let's get into it. CEO
Denver
Chris.
Lane. What is Denver Lane? Denver Lane is another blood set. Where is Denver Lane based out of?
This is CEO Chris testifying against Mel Matrix.
Out of the West Coast, California. Did you join in the West Coast? Yeah. And when were you in Denver Lane? From when to when? From 2012 till around 2015, 2014, 2015.
Look, writing on the gang. CEO Chris was a member of Treyway. He's writing on Mel Matrix, writing on the intricacies of the gang.
Why did you switch over from Denver Lane to 9 Trey? Because I was on the East Coast and 9 Trey was the bigger gang than Denver Lane. Why did that matter to you that 9 Trey was a bigger gang than Denver Lane? Because it would be easier to make money with 9 Trey than it was with Denver Lane. Make money how? By selling drugs. Have you been in any other gangs other than Denver Lane or 9 Trey? No. Have you ever thrown up gang signs or worn clothes or other paraphernalia associated with other gangs? Yes. Can you please explain? I wore Crip flags, Latin King flags. You testified that you were recruited into 9 Trey to make money dealing drugs. Is that correct?
Listen.
Yes. Did that happen? Yes. Can you explain to the jury how? Say again. How? What happened? By selling drugs. Yes. How did you make money for the gang? So I would sell drugs. I would either pay people to accept packages in the mail because I was ordering fentanyl from China. So I would get an address from somebody and I would send the person in China who was selling me the drugs, I would send him the money and address. He would send the package out. After he sent the package out, they would accept it and I would pay them money for accepting the package.
Let me stop that right there. We're going to continue on with this video, but let me stop that right there. Jim Jones, is this what your niggas is doing to make money? Jim Jones, is this what your niggas was doing to make money? Instead of putting your friends in position, instead of getting your friend a job, instead of creating a business, putting your friend in position to make money in that business, instead of giving your friend plays, you are putting your friends in position to sell weight. Jim Jones, it's 2025. Why are you putting your friends who are 40 plus, 50 plus? These ain't young boys. These is grown men with families. I'm sure Mel Matrix, he probably has a grandkid. He probably has a grandson or a grandchild somewhere. Jim Jones, why are you setting up your friends to do drug plays? Why you don't got your friends, working for your television show, working, being your manager, going on road with you, making sure you keep money in their pocket? Why you got your friends out here selling weight, Jim Jones? I want to know. CEO Chris, hold on, y'all. What we're discovering here, what I'm trying to show you guys here, is that this is what Jim Jones had his friends doing. And this is why the show is called, will Jim Jones lead his friend Mel Matrix into the can, or will he lead him into the bag? Jim Jones, we don't want to see Mel Matrix, a man who's 50 plus at this point. I don't want to see him in the streets anymore. I don't want to see him at 50 plus throwing up a red rag. I don't want to see him at 50 plus, trying to sell some knockoff fentanyl. I want to see that man with a job. I want to see that man put in position. I want to see that man working for you legitimately. Let's get back into the video.
Okay, how else? The other way is objection, non-responsive judge. One moment. Overruled. What were other ways in which 9Trey members made money by your
listen
dealing drugs? I would pay people to carry guns while we were doing the drug sale.
This is what you had your friends doing, Jim Jones. You had your friends. Here you are a millionaire. I'm sure Jim Jones lives in a nice house away from the ghetto riffraff, somewhere in Jersey, cushy, living good, probably getting decent money for shows every now and then, right? Probably got a couple plays. This is what you had your friends doing? You wasn't putting your friends in position to make a bag? Let's continue.
People would help me bag the drugs up, compress it. Compress it would be mixing it together and shaping it into 1 kilogram form of a brick. Would you pay people to transport drugs for you? Yes. Did you ever provide money to people as gifts in 9Trey? Yes. Can you explain that? I would give people gifts just like looking out as a friend, give them money. Had you ever heard the phrase kicking up? Yes.
Listen.
Can you explain for the members of the jury what the phrase kicking up means? Kicking up would be like giving up, giving money to, like the higher up in jail, higher up member of 9Trey in jail. Did you ever kick up money to the higher ups in jail? Yes. You testified in 9Trey in part because it was a larger gang and that would help you make more money, correct? Yes. Did that happen? Yes. Can you describe for the members of the jury? I had more people to accept packages for me. I had more people to sell drugs to, and I just had a lot of resources. When you say you had more people to sell drugs to, what does that mean? I had more I had members buying drugs and selling them for me, or buying drugs from me and selling them themselves.
Listen up.
And did those members who were buying drugs from you and who assisted you in moving drugs include high-level members of 9 Trey? Yes. Like who? Mel Murda.
Mel Matrix. Jim Jones, you had your friend out here selling weight. You didn't have your friend, working for you, being an entrepreneur. And make no mistake, Jim Jones knows CEO Chris. So anybody trying to say, oh, Jim Jones, he wasn't really rocking with CEO Chris like that. These dudes got pictures together. They got pictures together. Let me see if I can find it. Jim Jones, CEO Chris. I've seen it before. CEO Chris and Jim Jones with the picture. Let me see. CEO Chris, Jim Jones. Picture. I've seen it online somewhere. But they definitely, they've been in close proximity. I've seen the picture with them two together. They've been in close proximity. But these are the plays Jim Jones had Mel Matrix doing, right? So that's why the title of this show is called Will Jim Jones Lead Mel Matrix to the Bag? Because, in past, he hasn't led him to the bag. He's led him into prison. He's led the man to prison. Nigga said, bruh, search in Google for images has turned to trash. Nigga, I'm gonna look for the image if I have to, because I seen the picture before. I just want to make sure if I had it or not. I don't have it in my, in my files or nothing like that. But yeah, them two. I'm just trying to show you guys that these are the plays that Jim Jones had Mel Matrix doing. Right? These are the plays. Now let's get into. Let's get into the phone call. Right? These are the phone calls. Right? These are the phone calls. Now, we all know these conversations. We've heard these conversations in detail with Jim Jones. And of course, we have a greater question on why didn't the feds look into Jim Jones? If we're looking at Mel Matrix as a high-ranking member, which you even heard CEO Chris said he was a high-ranking member, and here you have Jim Jones ordering Mel Matrix, who's a high-ranking member, you have to ask your question. You have to ask yourself, why isn't Jim Jones being looked at by the feds? Mel Matrix is a high-ranking member in 9 Trey, right? He's a high-ranking member. Here you on a phone call with Jim Jones, and Jim Jones is telling a high-ranking member what to do. You have to question, how deep is it with Jim Jones? How deep is he entrenched in what's going on here? And these are the plays he had his friend doing. But let's play these chords. We've all heard it, but we have to go back to these things. The research show.
He definitely humiliating Shotty right now.
Well, you got the picture up there next to the post. You like when you go to YouTube and World Star, they got his picture next to the shit. Everything he say, they got a split screen with Shotty picture next to the shit. I said, this shit crazy, son. But he doing that to make K9 think he don't got no relationship with Boy. That's what he trying to do. That's what he trying to do. He trying to live. He trying to separate himself.
That's cool, but now he gotta get violated.
Now he gotta get violated. Now he gotta get violated, Jim Jones? Now, we have to ask ourselves, when Jim Jones was on a phone with Mel Matrix, and he called for 6ix9ine to be violated, were you talking about an alleged attempted murder? Were you alleging to have some type of increased damage be upon 6ix9ine? Keep in mind that the feds had these tapes and they had these wiretaps, and Jim Jones had no. He had no proximity to this case. You have to ask yourself. Inquiring minds want to know. Mel Matrix is not on this phone call insisting that 6ix9ine be super violent. He agreed with Jim Jones. He agreed that 6ix9ine needed to be super violated. But Jim Jones was the one to insist that he be super violated. It goes back into what I said. Will Jim Jones lead Mel Matrix into the bag, or will he lead him into the can? Because we had one video where a man is testifying that he had Mel Matrix, he was giving him drugs, he was giving him plays. Jim Jones, this is what you had your man doing. You could have called up that man Mel Matrix and said, you know what? Yo, Cam and Mace, they're doing a sports show. Mel Matrix, I want to take you and I want to do a YouTube show. It's going to be me and you. We're going to do a YouTube show and we're going to get the bag. You could have done that for Mel Matrix. You could have said, yo, Mel Matrix, I got a product that I'm trying to sell. We're gonna put out a line of BB Simon belts, glitter belts. I want you to be the CEO of my company. You could have had plays for Mel Matrix, but no, Jim Jones. You had that man selling weight. You had that man out in the streets looking to put harm on 6ix9ine. You wasn't putting your friends in positions, Jim Jones. You wasn't doing that. And that's why we have to ask the question, will you lead this man who's 50 plus years old, who has kids? I don't want to see you lead this man back into a life of crime, Jim Jones. Salute to Sinclair. I see Sinclair's in the building. She says, hey, True, Mod Squad and chat. What's going on? Yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Salute to Sinclair. I see she's in the building. Will Jim Jones lead this man back into a life of crime? Mel Matrix is 50 plus years old. I'm sure the man got grandbabies at this point in time. Jim Jones, you got to put your friends in position. You got your friends selling weight. You got them out there chasing. And think about it. 6ix9ine ain't no old man. He was a young man at this point. He probably 21, 22, 23 at this point in time. But y'all trying to make him an example out that young man. Let's run that back again.
He definitely humiliating Shotty right now. But.
Well, you got your picture up there next to the post. Nigga, like when you go to YouTube and World Star, they got his picture next to this shit. Everything he say, they got a split screen with Shotty picture next to this shit. I said, this shit crazy, son. But he doing that to make K9 think he don't got no relationship with Boy. That's what he trying to do. He trying to live. He trying to separate himself.
That's cool, but now he gotta get violated.
Yeah, super violated. Super.
You're calling for this young man to be super violated. Let's continue.
Super duper. So ain't too much he can really do unless he gonna run around with 100 armed securities all day. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get shot at pay.
He ain't getting enough money for that.
That's a fact. And he just canceled all his shows.
And he ain't a gang member no more.
So you, even in this audio clip, you let it be known that you are a gang member. Because you delineated. You said 6ix9ine is not a gang member, and I am a gang member. We're a part of this gang, 9 Trey. He's been kicked out of the whip. He's been kicked out of the car. He's been kicked out of the gang. So here you have a RICO indictment, and here you have an attempt murder charge or an attempt assault charge. The feds had enough to bring Jim Jones in here. Fire! Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? The feds had enough to bring Jim Jones in here. They have Jim Jones on a wiretap saying he's not a part of the gang no more. He's kicked out of the car. He's kicked out of the gang, essentially. And then he calls for 6ix9ine to be super violated. You have 2 charges right here. You have an attempted assault or attempted murder charge, and you have a RICO charge, where Jim Jones is aligning himself with this gang and align himself with a criminal act. Why did the feds decide not to bring Jim Jones in? Why? Why did the feds say, no, we're going to leave Jim Jones out in the streets. We're not going to allow him to be in this. We're going to let him stay. We're going to let him stay. It's very interesting that they allowed him to stay but they took Mel, they took Shotty, took all these other individuals, but they allowed Jim Jones to stay on the street. Very interesting. Vince says, he's talking to Sinclair. Hold on. Let me see. Vince says, Fed's building a case against Jim, or he is an informant. See, that's what I'm thinking. It's only two answers on why this man didn't get booked into these charges. Only two answers. Either this man is working, right? Either this man is working with somebody, or they're still building a case on him. I would think it's the first. I think he's working. Respectfully, that's just my opinion. I have no clue of this. I have no knowledge of this. I don't know. He may not be working. But to me, it doesn't make sense that the feds never booked him. And I'm not calling for Jim Jones to be booked or to be arrested, but it makes no sense that he's on this wiretap calling for 6ix9ine to be super violated, and he's on here saying that he's part of a gang, and he never got brought on any RICO charges. It's very interesting that never happened.
Nah, he ain't nothing.
That's what Shotty needs to make sure he do.
Nah,
we tell that nigga that he's not a gang member no more. He kicked out the whip. He was never a gang member. Nigga, Shotty need to expose him. Like,
nah, it's pussy. You want me to do? Yeah, they got a TMZ. TMZ want to talk to niggas on Monday. So Shotty like, you want me? Crippy. I think he said,
you don't need to be on no TMZ. Let Shotty be on TMZ.
I'm not gonna get on it, but he wanted me to talk to nigga and tell nigga what happened, like, cause you know, my lap first. You feel me? So he want.
Nah, you don't say nothing. You let Shotty handle that shit, bro. You don't say nothing.
So don't say nothing.
Nah, Shotty gotta handle that shit. He get on TMZ. He need to talk his talk and he talk his shit. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
And he need to be very, very, very articulate about what he's saying, why he made people think that nigga was a gang member. He needs to let niggas know that he was never a gang member. He was always a money ploy for the gang members. He got to figure it out. But they gonna have to violate Shorty, because Shorty on some bull.
They gonna have to violate Shorty. Now tell me, what does that mean to you? Because I know where I'm from. I know what that means to me. When you are talking about violating somebody, you are talking about either a few things. It could mean a few things. Either it means an extreme humiliation. You're going to go out there and extremely humiliate somebody in some form or way. It could mean physical harm, or it could mean someone trying to take your life. It could mean one of the three. I believe that it could have only been two things. We're talking about gang members here. We're not talking about computer nerds, people that work for corporate America. These are hardened criminals. Mel Matrix is a hardened criminal, and he's part of a gang. So it can only be two things. It can only mean they were going to inflict physical harm upon him, or they were going to take his life. Jim Jones is on this recording insisting that that should happen to 6ix9ine. Why isn't he on this RICO? And why did he allow his friend to be caught into this RICO? And why did he put his friend in this position? Let's continue.
Shit. You sure you think he gonna be going to the strip clubs and all that type of shit? Like, Shotty better get on his A game.
Now he's saying that 6ix9ine, he ain't gonna be able to go to the strip clubs and go to the clubs and go to the little functions and stuff like that. We got a target on his back. So he's telling Mel Matrix that, listen, tell your little man, because I don't think Jim Jones and Shotty have that close proximity. I think that they're cool, they're cordial. But I think Jim Jones tells Mel Matrix what to do. Mel Matrix tells Shotty what to do. Like, you know, it's a chain of command, if you will. So here you have Jim Jones saying, listen, you know, telling Mel Matrix, listen, he better get on his job. Tell Shotty he better get on his job. He better do something to that boy. Look at the position. Look at the position that Jim Jones is putting his friends into.
Shotty, I already know Shotty. You know that nigga is a demon, homie. You know that nigga live for shit like this, homie. He gonna treat that nigga like he was blowing Chinese shit up. He gonna be around with that nigga shit up. He don't got nothing to lose no more. This is all he had.
Well, he better get to violating. He better stalk Shorty every move.
He better stalk Shorty every move. See, now we're going into the realm of causing extreme harm or almost taking his life. Because if you're stalking someone, if you're hawking them down at every chance you get, you're looking at them, you're following them everywhere, I would say you're trying to take this man's life. This is not you just showing up at a strip club and punching him in the face. This is not you just showing up at an event and putting hands on him. Now it sounds like you guys are trying to organize a hit. Sinclair says the Reverend Jim Jones of Jonestown Massacre is a different animal than the rapper. I agree. That's a whole nother beast. That's a whole nother beast there. Yeah, man. Listen, that's a whole nother beast there. That's a whole nother. Yeah, you're talking about Jim Jones of the Jim Jones, the Reverend Jim Jones. Yeah, that's a whole nother beast, a whole nother story. Hold on, y'all. Let's get back into this video.
One of them security better get hit. Some.
Now he's calling on the security people to get hit. So now you're putting security people at risk. The security that was around 6ix9ine at that time, now you're putting their lives at risk. And now it goes into the realm of you were trying to put a hit on this kid because you just said one of the security members better get hit. So it could only mean that you were saying that it should be some type of gunplay. It should be some type of gunplay. Somebody should get hit. Somebody should get shot. That's what you were alleging on this wiretap, Jim Jones.
That happened.
Nigga better start mobbing, nigga.
He better start
doing something. Once he start tearing the security down, ain't no security gonna want that job. He gonna have to stay in the house pretty soon. That's it. That's what happens. Once security get injured, them niggas like, nah, he's too much of a liability. I'm not gonna protect nobody that know that is causing harm to us. No. And that's all these niggas gotta say. One shot, he let niggas know, man, bro, we gonna tear the security up, bro. We not even worried about you, bro. You ain't even. We gonna tear the security up. Once niggas start doing that, the security gonna be like, listen, bro, I ain't in it for this, bro. You don't have to do this shit on your own time, bro.
He can't. The security out in New York can't run around with fire on them, right?
Nah, them niggas, or unless they ex-police, but it don't matter at that time because they doing an illegal job.
See, they already organizing a hit. They already talking about, they can't carry fire, they can't carry guns around on them. They were trying to organize a hit on this young man. And Jim Jones, he was fully with it. But he wasn't in that RICO. Why? Why wasn't he in that RICO? Why wasn't he in that RICO? Why? Why wasn't he in that RICO? Can anybody answer that? Can anybody tell me why he wasn't in that RICO?
Hello? Yo, what's up, bro?
This is the second call. Hold on. This is a different call with Shotty. I don't think there wasn't really any information in the Shotty one. I just had it up here.
I heard the feds grab Shotty and some.
Now this is the phone call. There was nothing really important in that There was nothing really important in that Shotty call. You know, Shotty was just saying he's going to handle that situation. That's what you need to hear there. But in this CEO Chris call, this is a call with Mel Matrix and CEO Chris. There were some interesting things in this one.
I heard the feds grab Shotty and Satoshi and the niggas.
Remember, this is the man who was working. Oh, and here we have. See, I told you. Vent. Hold on. Where's Vent at? Where's Vent? I told you that a picture of Jim Jones and CEO Chris exists. You thought I was BSing. You thought you was like, this nigga, you on Google looking for this image. The image is right here. Jim Jones and CEO Chris know each other. Here you got them throwing it up in the picture. They know each other. They work in close proximity to one another. Remember, Treyway brought the snitch around 6ix9ine. It wasn't the other way around. They brought a snitch around 6ix9ine. And then 6ix9ine felt compelled. He felt compelled to snitch. Vince says, for sure, different animal. Like, why? Yeah, Vince, look, that's the picture right there. That's the picture right there with Jim Jones and CEO Chris. Here you go, right here. I told you that it exists. There's a picture of them two together. Let's play this audio of CEO Chris and Mel Matrix.
I heard the feds grab Shotty and Sakashi and the niggas.
When?
Last night.
He's playing it off. Where? When? They took that long. That's what he's thinking. That's what he's thinking in his head. That's what CEO Chris is thinking in his head. They took that long to go pick them niggas up. Nigga, I was in that interrogation room about five days ago, giving all the information, telling on this, telling on that. Nigga, I was in there with a Big Mac, fries, 2 apple pies, 20-piece nugget. And I gave the feds that information 5 days ago. What's taking them so long? That's what's going on in his head. But he's playing the front with Mel Matrix. Who? They picked up Shotty. Why'd they pick up Shotty for? When? How? They brought this snitch around 6ix9ine. But everybody wants to act like 6ix9ine is the big bag snitch. They brought an old snitch around 6ix9ine. They brought him around. Salute to Bizzle B. He says, Jim Jones been an informant. Jim Jones been an informant. He has never addressed the snitch rumors. Yeah, he's a blood member, but he be writing too. Mel Matrix needs to stay away from this man. I agree. Because I still feel like, in my opinion, there's a lot of questions to be asked on why Jim Jones wasn't a part of that RICO. When you're on a phone call and you're asking, remember, Jim Jones ain't going into the streets. Jim Jones ain't picking up no gun. Jim Jones ain't getting a bunch of gang members to go find somebody in the street. Jim Jones ain't doing that. But he'll tell somebody to do it. He'll tell somebody, he'll give an order out. Tell me why the feds didn't want to look into that. Why didn't the feds say, you know what, this nigga Jim Jones, he got a little bit too much power. He's over here telling people to go super violate this one, super violate that one, go into the streets, shoot the security. But y'all don't pick him up? Y'all don't pick him up? Y'all don't pick him up? Very interesting. Let's get back into the CEO Chris thing.
What's that last night?
What? I shit all over TMZ.
You lying, son.
What am I?
You lying. You lying. This is the same man who ratted.
Chucks, nigga.
You lying, for real?
What? They said the feds guard 6ix9ine racketeering. Him, Fahim, Shotty.
Who's Fahim?
The nigga that Hall banging out with the Crippy nigga.
Mel giving up all the information. The nigga Nuke be with. The nigga, like he over here, he giving all the information out. Unknowingly. I don't think Mel Matrix had no idea. I think he was set up by a bunch of old, disgruntled gang members. Set him up.
The nigga that Hall was banging out with the Crippy nigga.
The only nigga I like that you had one of your drops is Hall. That's it. That's the only nigga I like. Hall, yeah, a couple of niggas that's Hall, but Shotty just a roach. Shotty and Cracks, they belong together.
See, these are the niggas and remember, in all of these gangs, these niggas don't really rock with each other. These niggas are only they're only friends, and they're only acquaintance when it comes to violence, when it comes to brotherhood, when it comes to holding each other down on some like real man stuff. These individuals, they're just talking bad about one another. So that's when I hear all of this about gangs being about brotherhood. These niggas only have brotherhood in one thing, and that's in violence. Yeah, they'll come together in brotherhood for a car robbery. They'll come together, you know, in brotherhood if somebody's going to get jumped, somebody's going to catch a DP, somebody's going to get robbed. They come to brotherhood. They come together in brotherhood for that. But when it comes to like real man things, when it comes to like real brotherhood, these niggas ain't about none of that. These niggas will drop the dime on you as soon as it's an opportunity to. No brother, there's no brotherhood in these gangs. I don't know who started that rumor of this brotherhood in the gangs and this brotherhood, this honor, this morals. There's none of that in these gangs. These niggas will drop the dime on you on a second. As soon as a nigga is in that interrogation room and he knows he's going under and he could put himself in a better position where he's not going to do no time, he could dime you out, he will take that deal. It's a fact. He's going to take that deal. He's gonna take that. He's gonna be up in there. He's gonna be up in there with the Big Mac. He's gonna be up in there with the quarter pounder. He's gonna be up in there. Forget a slice of pizza. He want the whole damn pie. You know, he want the whole pie. I don't want just two. He gonna tell the officers in that interrogation room. He gonna tell them, hey, listen. I want a pepperoni pizza. I want the whole pie. I want some garlic knots. I want a calzone. You know? I want some cannolis. And I want a sun kiss. Make that 3 sun kisses. When a nigga gets in that interrogation room, that's why we have to get out of this whole misnomer that it's honor in these gangs. There's no honor in these gangs. There's no honor. There's no trust. There's no brotherhood in street ethics and street code. They want you to perceive that it is. They want you to perceive that it's this brotherhood in the gangs and it's brotherhood and street justice and all this. They want you to perceive that in order so when you get put in a bad position, that you keep quiet and you'll save somebody else's life, right? You'll save somebody else from doing crime. But in reality, that other person who realizes that there's no street code and there's no street ethics, he's gonna be in that interrogation room with the full course meal. Dropping the dime. That's the reality of the situation. But they want other people to you know, pretty much bite the bullet for you. You know, you go ahead and sit in that interrogation room and say, I ain't talking. You be the boo-boo, the fool. While the feds give you football numbers and they let the other cat go because, you know, he was smart enough to say, you know, I'm going to take this deal. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You know, I got girls to smash. I got babies to make. I got the rest of my life to live. I can't be sitting in jail for 40 years because of a street code. You know? Let's continue.
Yeah.
Cracks don't fuck with Shawty.
Yeah, but cracks won't steal from you though. You know that? That's the thing.
Fuck with Shawty. Cracks will not fuck with Shawty and his road shit.
That's right. But Harm don't do nothing. Harm won't steal.
Hold on, y'all.
Huh? I said Harm won't steal from nobody.
Nah, Harm ain't no fucking thief. Harm will take it before he steal it.
With friends like this, do you need enemies? With friends like this, do you need enemies? Do you need enemies with friends like this? Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me let this play. Let me let this play, and the CEO Chris and Mel Matrix. I gotta see something on my phone real quick. Let me let this play for 1 second.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Gotta grab my phone.
I'll take that shit before he steal it, bro. Well, I thought, well, he wasn't even taking it from 6ix9ine. He was just taking it. I mean, he stole it from 6ix9ine. He was taking it.
Yeah, he taking it, but
like he was sneak thief in the
that's the stupidest thing. 6ix9ine should have just fucked with Harm and left Shotty alone. Shotty can't do nothing for him, bro.
She's not a clown. She's not, she just listen and play his role. She's not, she just came with me and he would have been alright, man. She just came with me and let me do the call. I should have listened to her with them. I should have let her, but see, that came from my own. That came from me not knowing how to accept weird niggas, you heard? Niggas, I don't know how to accept them. If I just would have accepted that little nigga from the door, because he looked so weird and gay, bro. Like, I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't bring my body that y'all niggas just fucking with me. Nah, mother, get that nigga out of here. Like, I'm like, man, nah, I can't fuck with this nigga blood. Couldn't really embrace this nigga properly. He seen I wasn't really fuck with him like that. He like, this nigga don't really fuck with me. Shotty was making him feel like he was his brother or something.
Shotty the cockroach. Same shit Shotty was doing with me, yeah?
Yeah, you the man, yeah, Six. Yeah. Like,
I never need Shotty to tell me that, you know? But Shotty used to...
That, bro. I can't tell you, bro, like, if I feel that nigga a buster, bro, then that's what it is. I'm not gonna be like,
you know what? If niggas ask me like, yo, Shotty, your man? I'm like, nah, that was my cab driver one time.
Oh, shit.
With friends like this, why do you need enemies? With friends like this, why do you need enemies? Why? You don't need enemies with friends like this. They calling Shotty a roach. They calling him a cab driver. They calling him this. They calling him all out his name. This is the inner workings of a gang. There's no brotherhood. These niggas is talking bad about one another. These niggas, that nigga's a roach. That nigga's a clown. That nigga's a dirtball. That nigga's a scum. With friends like this, why do you need enemies? You don't need enemies. You don't need enemies with friends like this. And this is what they think of this man. And you hear, and no disrespect to Mel, but you don't hear Mel defending him. You don't hear Mel in this phone conversation saying, "Oh nah, don't do that to Shotty. Nah, that's not fair. Nah, Shotty's a good dude. He's a good." You don't hear Mel sticking up for him. He's pretty much confirming, yeah, that nigga's a dirtball. Yeah, that nigga's a clown. Yeah, that nigga's a roach. You don't hear him defending him. You don't hear him defending his honor. You don't hear him defending him as a friend. This is the inner workings of a gang. And this is why a lot of niggas rat. This is why a lot of niggas say, you know what, I'm just gonna rat. Because these niggas ain't loyal. I mean, look at what they did to 6ix9ine. They smashed his baby mother. They took all of his money. They out there super violent. Think about all he did for these niggas. These niggas was broke, sleeping on their baby mom's couch in the projects. These niggas couldn't rub 2 pennies together. These niggas was broke. Jim Jones wasn't giving these niggas no love. Salute the Hustle Man. I see Hustle Man is in the building. What's up, Hustle Man? He said salute to the live. Salute the Hustle Man. He up in here. Salute the Hustle Man. See you, bro. Yeah, man. But yeah, Jim Jones, he wasn't showing these niggas no love. Jim Jones wasn't putting these niggas in position. He wasn't giving these niggas no money. He wasn't giving these niggas no money to survive. He wasn't putting these niggas in position. And you gotta look at the contrast. Look at how Cameron put his niggas in position. Look at his man Sugar Duggar. I don't know if you guys watch It Is What It Is, but you see his friend Sugar Duggar. He put his friends in position. He got his friend a position in his company, Pink Horsepower, Sin City. If anybody's a Dipset fan, you know who Sin City is. Sin City. He put his Sin City in position. They got a Revolt deal. They're on Revolt. They're making money. Cameron puts his friends in position. Jim Jones put his friends in jail. He put his friends in jail. He put his friends in jail, bro. And that's messed up. And I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but listen, man, help your friends out. Help your mans out. Help him out, Jim Jones. Throw a nigga a bag. Throw a nigga, put a nigga in position. Get a nigga a job. So we asking. Mel Matrix is 50 plus years old, man. You should be putting that man in position. That's all we asking. My cousin said, my cousin said, he said, ain't Jim Jones 50 years old and still rapping blood? He's a super client. Listen, man, I agree. I agree, man. He's a geriatric gangster. Jim Jones is a geriatric gangster. You know? He could have helped Mel Matrix out, but he chose to lead him into, you know, a life of selling drugs at 50 plus years old. That's what he chose to do.
That's it. That was my cab driver.
How crazy, man.
Nigga yawning on the phone. Nigga yawning. He ain't even sticking up for Shotty. He said, nah, I ain't sticking up for Shotty. Now, let me play this, right? I don't know if you guys saw this. Let me play this. This is Cameron talking about the whole situation. I don't know if you guys seen this, but this is on the Is What It Is podcast. Cameron was on the Is What It Is podcast, and he's pretty much talking about how, give me 1 second, y'all. He's pretty much talking about how Jim Jones tricks his friends out of position. He's pretty much saying, yo, listen, bro, like, get your mans a job. Like, help your niggas out, man. Why do you got your friends, you know, out there selling weight? Why do you got your friends out there and tricking them out of their position? Cameron pretty much said what it was. When this was when him and Jim Jones was going through their whole back and forth, and they were beefing online, and they were, you know, saying this and saying that. And Cameron just told him the truth. He's like, yo, man, you keep tricking your friends out of position. Like, I'm helping my friends get money. I'm putting my friends in position. I'm helping my friends get money. I'm helping my friends do what it is. I'm helping my friends, the legal way at that. That's the whole point of it. It's the legal way. We're doing this the legal way. This is the legal way. We're doing things the legal way. We're not out here selling weed. We're not out here selling drugs. We're doing it the legal way. I'm putting my friends in position the legal way. You out here doing nonsense. You out here, you know, having your friends sell drugs, talking about chasing some, you know, 20-year-old and super violating him. Let's get into what Cameron had to say.
Stop tricking niggas out their freedom, bro. Because niggas get around you to put themselves in better situations, bro.
Mel Matrix was around Jim Jones to be put in a better situation. Mel Matrix, when he got with Jim Jones, he thinking like, yo, I'm gonna be a rap superstar. Jim Jones is gonna have like 5-10 different businesses. I'm gonna have a stake in it. I'm gonna be a CEO. I'm gonna help my friend make some bread. I'm gonna be put in position. Jim Jones said, nah, nigga. Go out there and take this work. Go out there and put hands on this gang member.
Not to be in worse situations than they was before they met you. You get, do you understand that? I don't know if you understand that. That's why niggas come around, but then you send them on dummy missions and trick them out their freedom. Max is doing 75. I know you don't give a fuck.
That's a good point. Max is doing 75. A lot of people don't want to talk about the whole Max B situation. If Jim Jones would have gotten Max a deal, would he have been in that hotel room? Would he have had any type of thing to do with that hotel situation? Max is doing 75 years because he was broke. Think about it. He had all that talent. He had all that God-given ability. We all know Max should have been a star. Max was a star. Max had it all. Max had the charisma. Max had the rapping ability. He could do a hook. He had all, especially when you think about what hip hop is today, because hip hop today is melody based. So Max B was a trendsetter. Max B was a star. He had everything. He had the charisma. He had the raps. He had the hooks. There's no reason why Jim Jones shouldn't have put that man in position to put out an album. He said, nah. I'm gonna put this nigga in the studio, have him make all my songs, have him make all my hooks. I'll have you on the mixtapes. You wasn't putting your niggas in position. You know, and Cam is just, he pointing it out. He pointing it out on all these niggas. He pointing it out.
Jaja just wanted to be a rapper. Jaja got 10 years, my nigga.
Jaja got 10 years.
We don't know where Jeter at. Stro is just missing. I don't know what the fuck happened to Stro. Slicey, 12 years.
12 years.
His godson, that was 13 years old, 8 years. Shotty, he was trying to be 12 years. And I know you love Mel, because I love Mel.
Talking about Mel now. We're talking about Mel. Mel Matrix. We're talking about Mel now.
Mel Matrix, that's my brother. I love him. That's your man more than my man, and that's a fact. I'm not denying it. But you said when he come home, he gonna be the triple OG. Get that man a job, man.
That's what that nigga Jim Jones said. That nigga Jim Jones talking about when he come home, he gonna be a triple OG. He gonna be a quadruple OG. He gonna be a quadruple. Like, come on, nigga. Niggas don't want to be a quadruple OG. Niggas want to be put in position. Niggas don't care about your quadruple OG titles, Jim Jones. Your quadruple, flipple, whatever your nonsense is. Niggas don't want to hear that. Niggas want to be put in position. Niggas want a better situation for their families. Niggas want to be, niggas want to be able to retire from the life of gangsterism. You telling niggas when they come home after doing something for you or holding you down that they're gonna be a quadruple OG. I can't put that in a 4K. I can't put that in a 401. I can't put that up for retirement. I can't put my triple OG credentials by Jim Jones in an investment portfolio. You know, I can't buy a beach home with the triple OG status. Jim Jones, put your friends in position. Cameron is keeping it real right now.
What you said when he come home, he gonna be the triple OG. Get that man a job, man. Get him a job. He's the triple OG before he went in. Make sure he getting a job, getting 6 digits a year. That's what it's really about.
What it's really about.
As much as that side, I don't know if they fuck with me or not. I ain't talking about this situation. You know what's gangster? Emery is gangster. Emery that had a Puma, creative, whatever the fuck he doing. It ain't even like jail back on his plate no time soon, and they ain't never going back. You know what's gangster? Biggs is gangster. Biggs come home for jail, still got a stake in Rockefeller, whatever him and Jay-Z worked out, that's cool. Or whatever, he got St. John as artist, he working with Drink Champs. That's gangster. Not throwing niggas back in the pot that eventually do something that could get them back in the same situation. And I'm not saying, man, if you got something lined up for Matrix, I'm shut the fuck up.
And that's what I hope too. I hope he could line something up for Matrix. You know, I hope he could do something for Mel Matrix. I hope he could put him in position, and hopefully he doesn't have to go back to jail at his age. FBA says you can't put capo status on a resume. You telling me you can't take that on a resume? You can't go into a business or a corporation and put that down on a resume? Hey, listen, I was capo status for Jim Jones in the Treyway. Okay, listen, I need this job. My references is Murder Face, Bullet Hole, and Cornbread. They all from the same project. These are my references. I need the job, sir. Sinclair says you couldn't get a library card with triple OG stat. That's a fact. All of these, hood credentials, all of these hood labels and titles, you can't do nothing with these titles. It doesn't mean anything. And it's sad because you know, a person at Mel Matrix age, you know, he has nothing to gain from being gangster. He has nothing to gain from to being gangster in the street. He done did it already. I think Mel Matrix he's made his bones in the streets when he was a young man. He doesn't have, at 50 years old, he should be somewhere retired somewhere. He should be somewhere with a nice paying job and be put in position. But Jim Jones got his mans messed up. Let me finish out with what Cameron was saying.
My bad. I apologize, but I don't want that for Melly because I give a fuck about Melly. Whether he care about me like he used to or not, I still my nigga. I got love for Melly. So hopefully that'll go right. But this is gonna be the last time I address this. I did this 10 years ago. A lot of people seem like this is new business.
Yeah, so he had to set Jim Jones straight. You know, Jim Jones was talking, and listen, it's a common thread. You know, it's a common thread. You know, these are all of the individuals that were on that. Some of them have came home, and some of these are Jim Jones's friends. You have Mel Matrix right here. He actually came home early. Yeah, he came home early. You know, came home a little early. That's good though. Yeah, you got this young man, Shotty. He ain't coming home till 2031. You know, some of these guys have gotten released. Here you got Bat. He's doing 35. He ain't coming home until 2035. You got this young man, Harv. He ain't coming home to 2039. Hot damn. You know, this man, he ain't coming home to 2034. I mean, he got these brothers doing a lot of time. You know, because, you know, they out here running around with 6ix9ine. So yeah, I just wanted to ask the question, will Jim Jones lead his friend into a bag, or will he lead him back into the can? I don't want to see Mel Matrix back into a can. You know, I'm a fan of MOB. I'm a fan of the Bird Gang, the Bird Gang with Stack Bundles and Max B. I'm a fan of that collective and that group. I don't want to see Mel Matrix back in the can. I don't want to see him back you know, committing crime or selling drugs. I want to see Mel Matrix in position, man. I want to see him with a nice paying job. I want to see him out of jail. I want to see him take care of his family. So you know, hopefully that goes well. And this is just a question. Maybe like Cameron said, maybe Jim Jones has something lined up for Mel Matrix. Maybe he does. I hope so. Right? But salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody. Salute to my moderators. Salute to FBA. Salute to Sinclair. Salute to everybody that was in here tonight. You guys have a good night. I may do another live tonight. I'm gonna try to find a topic. I'm gonna try to knock out another live tonight. We'll see how that works out. But you guys have a good night, man. You guys have a good night. You guys be good, man. You'll probably see me later tonight, y'all. And let me know what you guys think of this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We are out. Toodles. We out, y'all. Y'all have a good night.